Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope you all are doing well. Today I am playing with the hashtag trashtrashtuesday, which is an open collaboration sponsored by Patty at Just Journaling with Possum Patty, and I will put her link below. And you don't have to do it on Tuesday. You can do it any day. If you hit the hashtag, you'll see all the videos of people playing with their trashies. Now, before I do that, I just wanted to show you Possum Patty. Okay, I caved. So I am on a no spend, low spend year, as everybody knows if you watch my channel. But Possum Patty was given by her son this scrapbook supply kit. And it's by Ephemera, and I'll put the link to these items down in the description box. So what this is, it is all kinds of scrapbook ephemera, and I'm not going to take it apart. Patty shows it on one of her videos, but it's just tons of stuff. And let me see if it says on here. It says on the website how many pieces are in here. But it is paper, stickers, little cards, all kinds of ephemera to use, frames, ticket strips, and I think these might be washi, I'm not sure. Just all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's like hundreds of pieces of stuff in here. I forget the total. I might 300 something pieces or something like that. So I caved. She got that, and I was looking at it, and she started using it. I'm like, ooh, I want that. So I went, of course, I hit the link. She had it in her description, and I went, and that's all she wrote. So I got that. Well, while I was looking at this, same company, Ephemera, has this 300 pieces of vintage stickers. And I'll pull them out. They're still in their container. Again, I will put the link below. So they come like this. So I'm assuming there's 100 stickers in each one of these 3 different pouches. But, there's mushrooms, a old trunk, like a fairy door in a tree or something, a teddy bear, a typewriter, a really old grungy book. Awesome stickers. I can't wait to open these up, but I didn't want to open them up till I show you how they come and what they look like if you were considering buying them yourselves. Now, so you say, well, how can you buy these? Because you're on a no-spend, low-spend year. Well, yes, I am, but I was truly blessed, and I'll tell you what happened. So I had put this in my cart, and then I left it, and Amazon doesn't come back and say, oh, well, you can take 10% off, what's in your cart. They might remind you that there's stuff in the cart, but they usually don't give you a discount for it. Well, anyway, when I had put this in my cart, the price was $12.99 for this kit. And it had a $6 coupon right there. So $6 off $12.99, that's only $6.99. So I thought that was a good deal. So I put it in my cart, but I did make myself wait 48 hours before I was going to buy it at $6.99. Well, then when I went back and looked, for some reason the coupon was now $8 off. So it was $4.99. So I'm like, oh, I'm definitely getting it for $4.99. And these stickers were also $12.99, and they had a $6 coupon on it when it went back. So I paid $6.99 for this one and $4.99 for this one. And so that came to, well, they were supposed to be $12.99 a piece, so that would have been $25.98. The coupons were $8 and $6, which knocks it from $25.98 to $11.98. Then I had a balance on Amazon credit because I do fetch on my phone with my receipts. I had $10 off. So from $11.98 it went to $10.98, and so that was $1.98 I got these for, plus tax, which came to $2.08. So guys, I got all of this for $2.08. So check the link below and see. I'm not sure. I didn't check before I started this video to see if the coupons are still there or what the value of the coupons are. I'm not sure. I can't explain why the coupon value changed, but you know, from $6 to $8, but you know, maybe that's just the way they do it. Now I'm just going to have to get you a ride real quick up a little bit because it is Trash Trash Tuesday. So I have got trash. I have got a big pile of trash here. Trash and old papers and all kinds of stuff. And what I want to do is make a big trashy, because you all know that I have some medium trashies and I've got my 2 little trashies, but I don't have a big trashy. And compared to some other people's, it's not even going to be that big. Excuse my reach. Whoops. I'm going to make it from this Crispy Oats box right here. So all I'm going to do in this video, and I had asked Linda from Linda's Mixed Up Mess if she had a video where she constructed one of her big trashies, but she did not. She answered me back and said that she just made it off camera, you know, and she only really fills it on video. So I thought I would go ahead and make one, and we'll do this together. Just in case you want to make a trashy and you don't know how to do it, we'll do this one together. So it will be more than one part, because I don't think I'll get it all ready to sew together today. But so what I did was I split the box where where it was glued together. And the reason I did that was I don't want that spine. I have to see where my fold is here, so I'm cutting somewhat. Okay, that's better. I don't want that spine, in my particular case, I don't want the spine where the cardboard is doubled over, because that is going to be really hard for my poor old hands to sew through. Now, if you want the you know, you want to do that and you want to have that spine, then that's fine. So now my back is actually going to be the front, which doesn't matter because this is all going to be decorated over time anyway. So what I'm doing, I'm cutting the top and the bottom and one side off just to give me, obviously, the shape of a journal. And since this is a trashy, I'm not going to be too precious about it. Like I said, it will be covered up with things. So I'm just cutting and getting this stuff out of my way here. Give me a little bit of room. This is going to be a little bit difficult because this is a big book. This is going to be a big one. For me, anyway. Like I said, I've seen some that are huge. But I think this is for my desk. I have to think of my desk side. This is about as big as I'm going to be able to actually work on. So I think this will be a good size for me. All right, so now, one thing while I'm working on this, if you don't have a lot of trash, which I tend not to have a whole lot of trash, ask your friends. I'm getting a lot from one of my friends is saving trash for me, and my husband saves trash for me. So, okay, so this is it. So here is my spine here, and I'll give you the measurements of this one that I'm making here. It is about 7.5 by 11, just a little bit over 11, and the spine is about 2 3/4 inch. So that's the size of this box here. You know, if you want to make it easy and make it even measurements, you could always cut it down. The only thing you're not going to be able to change is the size of your spine if you're using a cardboard box, but you could certainly change the width and height by cutting that down, but I'm just going to go with that. So I'm going to just put this to the side here, and I'm going to get out my big pile of paper here. I'm thinking with this big old signature here that spine here, I will probably get 3 signatures in. So what I have is just a big stack of paper. This is old music paper, and again, because this is a trashy, this was just ripped out of an old book, and I use it for other things too, but I want to have a variety of papers in my trashy, and some of this is just old, scrapbooks and stuff that, you know, literally thrift shops and stuff give this stuff away or throw it away. Our local Salvation Army used to have, before they moved locations, a bin outside with books in it that they'd give away. Now I've got these, and I'm trying to do things in threes because, like I said, I'm going to have 3 signatures. It doesn't matter if they're all identical, but I want some of the same elements. Now I have these bags here, and I have no idea where these came from. They're flat. They've got a little bit of a gusset in them, but they're fairly flat, and I just want to check my size here. Okay, so they're just going to fit in there. Okay, that's just going to fit in there. Perfect. Perfect. So I'm not going to, let's see here. They're all folded at different places. And then I've got a pocket here, which I like. I like to have a pocket. This one is actually folded the wrong way, though, because if I want a pocket, I want to have the opening, you know, so that I could easily put things in and out. And see, it's all torn here, so I probably have to do some taping. Let me make sure this one's going to fit in. Okay, see, now this one's a little bit wide, and I think the reason why is both gussets are flat. So I think what I'm going to have to do on this one is push the gusset in on the bottom. Sorry about the crinkling, guys, but I just want to show you how you can finagle this stuff. Because, yes, I could cut the bag apart and just use single layers, but with a trashy, you know, it's going to get heavy. You want to staple things to it and all of this. So you don't want the pages too thin. You know, you want to have some heft to your pages. Less pages, but more heft on them. So that's why I am keeping these doubled over so that you know, they'll be able to stand up to what I'm going to do to them. Okay, so that one now fits that I fixed the gussets. Let me just go back to this one right here, the second one I did, and just fix the gusset. See how the gusset is like pushed out here instead of in the way it should be? I'm just going to, you might want to put your mute on or put the sound down a little bit just while I finish this. I am one person who, I love crinkling. I mean, it actually soothes me to hear paper crinkling when people are crafting and they're crinkling their paper. But I know some people can't stand it. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so this one too, I'm going to fold this way so that I've got this pocket. This is kind of a mess here, but I can finagle these things. It's got the pocket opening that way. So that one's good, that one's good. Put that there. And this one, I think we already determined was fine. That one will, it will just barely fit in. I really don't want anything hanging out of that gusset's okay, it's this side. I don't want things hanging out of the journal as far as pages are concerned. If something's hanging out of the journal, I want it to be because I've made a dangle or a clip or, you know, something, or a tab or something that I've put on to hang out. I just don't want the pages themselves hanging out. Okay, so those 3 are good. Okay, so here's an extra bag. I'm just going to put that to the side there. Now, I have this. This is a huge bag I got of organic riced cauliflower that I got from Costco. And I'm just looking. This is tearing here. So I think what I'm going to do here, because this is plastic, it's going to be a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more sturdy than paper. So what I'm thinking I might do here is just go ahead and cut off the bottom here. Okay, throw that away. And so I've got this big sheet. What's happening over here? Oh, I've got to finish cutting off the top. It's just all jacked up in the top here because this is the way I cut it open. This big bag of cauliflower, a riced cauliflower, it is actually 5 1-pound bags inside. It wasn't one ginormous bag. thankfully, because my husband and I couldn't eat 5 pounds at one time. Okay, so now I've got this, and I'm just looking here to see if I fold that way and this way, and I think I can come over this way a tiny bit more, and this a little bit more this way. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut this in 3 strips and then use them sideways. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut down here. You can actually tear with your scissors. You don't even have to cut. So then I've got this. This has a weird thing on it. I'm cutting this off. I'm not sure what is going on here. It's something to do with the bag itself, the way the bag's constructed. So I'm going to cut that off. It's really kind of thick and weird, so I'm cutting that off. All right. So now here's one page right here, like that. And then I can cut this in half now and just come up here. And like I said, you can always finagle and trim things up and all of that. And I might do that a little bit before we do the next video. And then there's that one. And then there's that one. So now each signature also has this nice plasticky piece in it. Okay. But I know, I'm pretty sure, am I sure? No. Okay, they're slightly a little bit too wide. So I'm going to have to trim this. I'm going to have to trim this way a little bit. So I'm just going to eyeball this. All right. And I have a feeling then the other two are also going to be too wide. Yep. Okay, so this one's a little bit too wide. And see, they're not even the same height. I don't know how, I guess because when I folded it, they weren't even, I don't know, whatever. I'm just going to trim them a little bit on the edges to make sure that they don't stick out the edge of the journal. I do hope, you know, when I work on the journal, that I will be putting stuff in that will hang out the side. Okay, that's good. All right, they're not going to hang out now, so that's good. Put that back. Okay, now I've got, these are some pages from a book that had animal embroidery. Like, it had pretty pictures and stuff, and then it has like animal embroidery. So between the embroidery, see, there's a picture of a fox, and then on the back page is an embroidery picture of a fox. And then here's some fish, and I think they are mackerel. So I thought maybe I'd use some of this, because here's the mackerel right here, the real ones. Maybe we're going to use them because they're kind of cool. And then here's the fox again. That's the embroidery. Oh, that's the pattern for the embroidery fox that we saw. And then there's this one, which is called Rock Pool, which is just a whole bunch of fish. I am not really into fish per se, so I thought what I would do is just use these as pages as they are. I just need to check the height. They're fine. I'm just going to use 3 of these as pages that will be covered because I bought this book. It's got beautiful pictures in it, and I do use the pictures in my junk journals that I sell, but some of these pictures I just knew I would never use. So I've got the tiger. Let me go ahead and use the tiger and the mackerel on the inside there. Okay, so these ones are extras. I'm going to put those away. Then I've got another cross-stitch book. This one's actually falling apart here. So let's just go ahead and use these pages. Again, you know, all these, this is a DMC, which if you do embroidery, you know, they make floss. I'm just going to use some of these pages. And then this is what the pages look like, and this is what I use in my real junk journal. See how you've got the 2-sided? So these I'm not going to use in my junk journal. These, I mean, in my trashy, these are actually going to be used in my junk journal. And I love that they are two-sided like that. This was the book here. It was called the DMC Library Cottage 3rd series. Okay, now I have, let's see here. I've got some odds and sods, but we'll do those later. I want to get the stuff that I have 3 of. Okay, so this is real trash. This is actually glue paper from my desk. And you can see it's got glue and paint. This one might be a little bit too tall. Let me see. Yeah, it is. So where's all the paint? The paint's really on this side, so I'm going to cut the top here. And again, just eyeballing it. All right. All right, and these papers have a nice crinkle to them. And then I've got this one here, which has a lot of glue and a lot of paint on it. So again, let's just cut the top a little bit. All right, and then I have to just cut this one little side here. Okay. All right, so that's that. So we got some glue and paint paper. All right, then I have, what else do I have 3 of? Let's see here. I've got some sheets from a, what is this called? A road atlas, And here's what they look like folded, and they are just, they're okay lengthwise, widthwise, they're just a little bit too, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to remedy that. I'm not going to fold it in half. I'm going to fold it just like this, and then I'm going to just fold this side in, and we'll make like some kind of tuck or some kind of pocket or something later on. So I'll just do like that. Then I won't have to even cut it. All right, let me do it. Okay, now this one I do have to trim the top because where I tore it out, it tore some of the opposite page off, and now I know that that's going to be too tall. So I'm just going to trim that off. All right, let's do the same thing with this one. And I don't see that I have 3 of these. I thought I did, but maybe not. It's not the end of the world. Every signature doesn't have to be the same. Okay, so I've got 2 of those. Let me just double check that I don't have a 3rd one that I'm missing. No, I don't. Okay, I must have just got 2 of them. But I have this. This is a, these I also use in my junk journals. This is a how to make art book. Like this one is painting, I guess. They give you all the colors and you learn how to paint. But if you use one side up this way, then the back side's upside down. But I don't care because it's all going to be covered up anyway, right? So I'm just going to do that. So I'll put that with that. Then I have, let's see, what else do I have here? I have, this is the last like big thing that I have that I can probably divide. It is a piece of some kind of, not wrapping paper, but packing paper. But it's super cool. It's got this cool design on it. And I actually saved this from the antique mall. It was on the pile of paper for the ladies to use. And I was like, oh, can I have that? And one of the ladies like, take that real quick before the other lady sees that you're taking their wrapping paper. It's not a big deal, for real. Okay, so I think, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this one that I put it in there? All right, I'm just going to cut it this way, down the middle this way, and then we'll go from there. It's such a big, clumsy piece of paper to work with here, and I know that's totally not straight. Okay, so now I've got this. I wonder, I think what I'm gonna do is just actually fold this in half, and I might actually glue that down to give it some more strength and just make it a piece like that. And then I'll do the same with this side. So again, I'll only have 2 of these, but that's okay. I'm just going to fold this down. Boy, this is a noisy video, isn't it? I'm so sorry. And then fold this one in like this, and then those will be glued down. And then they'll be nice and strong pages. Okay, so I've got those. What else do I have here that I want to use? This is just a piece from a wall map that I was working with earlier today, and this was the biggest piece I had left over, so we'll use that on something. Now I've got this here. This is a bag, a pizza bag. I don't know where I got this one either, but it was folded just like this, so I'm thinking, well, this would make a good page, and then it has some pockets here. I may just run the sewing machine up and down the sides because this bottom makes a good pocket. Let me just make sure it's okay size-wise. All right, I'm going to have to cut a little bit off the top, but that's not so bad. We can do that. Just a tiny bit. And of course, you know, once you get it in your book, if anything's hanging off or whatever, you can always trim it again later. So then I got that one. I've got this. This is a really ugly, I don't know what this is. This is from a jelly plate. This is like a piece that went awry. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and, I think this was a jelly plate, or it was the underneath paper that let's see, will that fit the way it is? That almost fits just the way it is. I just need to cut this end a little bit because it's too wide. It's too wide. So let me just go ahead and cut some of that off. Yeah, this piece really needs to be covered up. This is not good. Okay. All right, so does that fit now? All right, and just a tiny bit off one end. It's a tiny bit too tall. So see, I'm not measuring. If you are someone who measures, measure. You know, whatever makes you happy. But since this is a trash journal, I mean, I would never make one of my journals this way, but it's a trash journal, so I really don't care. Now here's a piece of a bag. This is a, what is this? Williams-Sonoma bag. I'm going to just fold this in half and use that as a page. Now it has this handle here, but I think I'm going to, right now I'm just going to cut the handle off. I don't want that handle sticking out, so I'm just going to cut it off. I'm not sure if I'll be able to pull this piece that holds the handle in, but it's actually not that bumpy, so that doesn't bother me. Okay. All right. Then here's just a piece of rough, rumply old wallpaper. So let me get this a little bit evened up here and make sure it fits. Okay, it's a little bit too tall, so let's go ahead and cut from the bottom where it's really off, where it's really full. I don't know how this piece got so wrinkled like this, but it actually feels quite cool. Okay, so that's like that. And like that, I just want to even this up a little bit. It's got something stuck to it. It looks like a piece of washi tape. Okay, now that piece of washi tape stuck to me. Alright, so let me just go ahead and cut up this way real quick. I know this video is starting to get long, so I'm going to have to finish up here cutting these. Holly's having a ball. She's playing with the papers on the floor. Here's another piece of painty paper. And it's also pretty ugly, so we're going to put it out of its misery. And I just want to trim this one up too. Let me just cut up this way. I just don't want pages in my book that are at a real angle that, you know, it's going to be hard to stick stuff on because it's just at such a weird angle. You know, I'm squaring them up a little bit is what I'm saying. Okay, so get rid of that. Ooh, these though, these I'm saving for my little trashy. Those will go in there. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, I do have two pieces of this brown wrapping paper. And this is just wrapping paper that I have a huge box of that somebody gave me. And this is good top to bottom. It's a little bit too wide. Sorry about that. I know I just bumped the camera. Just going to trim this end off. And then one more. Oops. And again, I could have made a pocket or something, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to trim the end. Now, again, you know, if you're doing this and it's too long for your thing, you can fold it up from the bottom and make an actual pocket. So I do have a couple more things here that I might put in. I've got an old calendar, this big piece of cardboard from Doilies, the cover from a pink book, an Avon bag, and a Amazon bag that I might also cut to use in here. But I'm calling it quits for right now for this video because it's getting a little bit too long. So I just want to show you the stack of papers that we have folded right now for this trashy. So all of these are going to go in here. Ooh, look, it's already nice and chunky, right? Just with those in it. So the next video, what I'm going to do before the next video is I'm going to go ahead and arrange my 3 signatures. I'm going to arrange the papers how I want them in there for the 3 signatures. And then the next video, we will sew the signatures in together. Okay? So guys, I hope this gave you some inspiration to make a big trashy for yourself. Use a big box or whatever you want. And we'll go on from the next video. So please give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the progress on this little, well, big baby here. And until the next video, guys, I hope you're all truly blessed. Bye-bye.